Have you been wanting to promote yourself on social media but don't know where to start, how to start, when to start? Quit yelling at me. Well, I'm going to give you tips for promoting yourself on social media without annoying your friends. What's up, guys and gals? TJ here with another video. If you like these types of videos, please like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Also hit that bell icon so you can get notifications whenever I release new videos. Today I want to do a video about promoting your personal brand or yourself on social media. I know it's one of those hard things, especially if you are on social media and you don't necessarily have a following within your brand, but maybe you have a following like from your family and friends, and you want to promote yourself but you don't want to be like annoying. So I'm going to give you some tips and tricks that I use to promote myself and not annoy my friends, hopefully. So one of the hardest things for me when I started doing social media and YouTube and things like that was actually put myself out there. I've never really been a big person on social media. I didn't have a lot of social media sites. I didn't have like a Facebook or Twitter or anything like that. So that was one of the biggest things for me when I started, was actually putting myself out there. I didn't want a lot of people to know my name. I didn't want a lot of people to know my information because I'm a semi-private kind of guy. And whenever I transitioned to, doing the YouTube, I knew I had to do social media. I knew I had to put myself out there. It was hard for me. That was one of the hardest things for me. But with that being said, I knew what the trade-off would be if I actually put myself out there and I shamelessly promoted myself. Going back, thinking about being a social media person, having all these social media sites, it was hard for me to just do that, to actually be a social person. When I actually did get on social media and I started to promote myself, what I noticed was that a lot of people don't necessarily like seeing you promote yourself. I don't know. I mean, you would think social media, it's all about being social, right? But a lot of people didn't like when you promoted yourself. And I noticed a lot of people will comment on things that I posted and, would say like kind of little snide comments and remarks. But here's the thing. When you are trying to promote yourself, you're trying to promote your brand, you're trying to elevate yourself to that next plateau, you really have to think about what's in the best interest of yourself. You can't think about what other people think. You can't think about how this person, Larry or Joe or whoever, is going to perceive the action of you promoting yourself. You really have to look deep within and say, how is this going to affect me? How is this going to affect my family? How is this going to affect my business? And those are the things that you really need to focus on. So what I'm going to tell you about today is just how I got through that, how I actually started promoting myself, some of the successes and failures that I had, some of the products that I use to actually promote myself on social media, and how they have helped me gain a following. So some of the social media sites that I use, of course, is going to be YouTube. That's one of the larger search engines. I think it's like the second largest search engine on the internet, and with, of course, Google being the first. But a lot of people don't look at YouTube as a social media site. You do interact with a lot of people on YouTube. I get at least 15 to 20 comments a day, emails on YouTube that I have to answer, and a lot of times we have a back and forth, kind of talking about a couple different things on my videos. The second one that I use the most is Twitter. And a funny story about Twitter is I didn't even realize that I was actually posting on Twitter until I looked at my Twitter account and it said I had like 1,300 tweets. And I was like, I don't tweet. And when I looked on there, actually every time that I posted a video, it would actually tweet it out. So I was getting a lot of visitors from Twitter. This is before I looked at my analytics a lot. I got a lot of visitors from Twitter, and I was able to kind of funnel that traffic in a very different way once I start understanding hashtagging, understanding how hashtagging brings people to your post, how hashtagging kind of cultivates a conversation or an environment for people to share your video. And in my mind, I'm pretty decent at hashtagging because I get, you know, a lot of engagement with my posts. Not necessarily on Twitter, but I do get a lot of impressions, and I do get likes or favorites and things like that on Twitter. The next one that I use is the Facebook page. So that's going to be like a personal branded page that you create for your business. So, you know, whatever your business is, it may be Uncle Ray's tire bucket, or, you know, whatever it is, you know. So once you create one of these business pages, you have to funnel traffic to that page. Now, that's not necessarily an easy thing to do. I know my very first one that I opened up, I wasn't very active on there, but I did run a lot of ads on there, and so those ads actually funnel a lot of traffic to the post, and the post funnel traffic to whatever I was trying to promote. At that time, I was promoting some of my Fulfillment by Amazon products, and I was able to, you know, skew that traffic over to my website. One of the drawbacks with this is that a lot of people will like your post, but they won't necessarily like your page. And what you really want to get at the end of the day, if you are focusing on social media and promoting yourself on social media, is you want to get people to like your page, because if they like your page, then every time you post something, they will see it, or they have a larger chance of seeing it on their feed. So the next one, and this is one that I've really focused in on in the last like 6 months, which is Instagram. So I've used Instagram for a while, and I didn't necessarily know all the nuances with Instagram. And I did a lot of research in the last 3 months on Instagram, how to like evolve your Instagram game, how to post pictures that promotes engagement, how to get people to like your posts, how to get people to follow you, and different things like that. And I implemented a lot of those strategies, and I did get a lot of engagement once I started putting out posts that people wanted to like. Now, the problem with Instagram is that there's a lot of rules that they have set in place, and they're kind of trying to finagle things and trying to find a space for the Instagram where people won't be able to take advantage of it, because a lot of people have been taking advantage of Instagram in the past by using a lot of bots and different things like that. And back, you know, a while ago, Instagram didn't care about that, but now I guess because they are focusing a lot more on advertisement and business and ads and different things like that, they want to make sure that the atmosphere or the environment that they're creating is one that advertisers actually want to be in. So one of the things that people use on Instagram is Instagram influencers. So if you don't know what Instagram influencers are people that have, or people or profiles that have, you know, 25, 50, 100, 200,000 followers, and they actually sell ad space on their Instagram feed. And they may not necessarily put the post or leave it on there for a lifetime. They may leave it on there for 2 hours. They may leave it on there for 5 hours. They may leave it on there for 2 days, you know. And it all depends on the contract that you make between you and the influencer. And so the whole thing about using an Instagram influencer is that you want to make sure the audience that the influencer has an engagement on their posts. That's one thing. The second thing you want to make sure is that the influencer is close to whatever category or niche that you're working in. So, you know, if you're doing fitness, you want to make sure that you use an Instagram influencer that has a fitness type page or has a fitness following. You don't want to, you know, have somebody that deals with aquariums and you put a post on there about fitness, because you may not get a lot of engagement. So that's a couple things with the influencers, and I'll do a whole video about using Instagram influencers, because they're really good for doing promoted posts. They're not just good for doing promotions for yourself, but they're also good for doing promotions for your products. If you have a Fulfillment by Amazon store, or if you have personal branded products or merch, or if you have a Shopify store and you are trying to sell like viral products, like, you know, right now the big thing is the Game Boy iPhone case that you can actually flip over, and it's a Game Boy on the back of it. Those are the types of posts that I'm talking about. So you've probably seen those posts. You may not know that it was on a Instagram influencer page. So these are some of the different things that you can use on Instagram to kind of promote yourself. One of the things that I use is a bot. So before you ring me, I use a Instagram bot. It's called Everliker. I think you can get it on the Chrome store if you have Google Chrome. I think it's like $3.99 a month or $4.99 a month. Anyway, what this bot does is you load it up on your computer, it opens up your profile, and what it allows you to like different people's photos based on hashtags. So what I do is I open up hashtags that are within my niche, you know, cinematography, business, entrepreneurship, things like that. And I have a curated list of hashtags that I just went through, and I made a couple lists for those. And what it does is it clicks on those hashtags and it likes all of those people's photos. Now, this may seem like kind of scammy or something like that, and back in the day it was kind of scammy. I'm a person that likes things on Instagram. I go through and I probably like between 100 and 200 photos on Instagram a day. But if you are not very social on Instagram, Instagram is going to know that, because they know everything about you. They know when you like posts, they know how many posts you like, they know how many times you post a day. So if you do something outside of the norm, they are going to flag it. And I did a little bit of a test with this Everliker because I didn't want to ban my account. So I opened up a new fresh Instagram account and I went through and I just set it on the maximum amount of posts. I think it can like up to 1,400 posts a day. It didn't ban my account, but it did kind of notice like some suspicious activity, and I had to stop it on that account. Now, my main account, because I do like a lot of photos, it didn't know any different. It didn't say, you know, hey, this is a lot of suspicious activity, because I do like a lot of photos. And now, using the Everliker, the new norm is me liking about 1,400 pictures a day. It does sleep. It'll like pictures for maybe an hour and a half, and then it'll sleep for 3 hours, and then it'll like some more pictures, and then it'll sleep for 3 hours or 2 hours, then they'll start liking pictures again. So it looks like a natural liking. So you may be asking, like, why would I want a bot sitting there liking photos that I'm not looking at? Okay, so what I've noticed is that by me liking 1,400 photos a day, I'm getting a lot of engagement on my photos, because once you like people's photos, they come and look at your profile, they look at your pictures, they comment, they like, you know, they may send you DMs, different things like that. And I've actually been able to get some sponsorships because of me liking other people's photos. That's one thing to look at. And what I would do is, you know, I would set it up on a trial run. You can adjust the amount of likes that you do per day. So if you only want like 100 pictures a day, you can set it up to like 100 pictures a day. If you want to do 500 pictures, or if you want to do 1,000 pictures, you can do it a day. What it recommends is that you actually increase the amount over a period of time. So maybe you start with 100, then move up to 250, then move up to 500. With me, I've started with 1,400 and it's worked perfect ever since. There is a thing on Instagram called shadow banning, and if you like too many pictures, or if your account seems scammy or spammy, then Instagram will shadow ban your account. Now, you know, being shadow banned, you don't know that you're shadow banned. It's not like they're going to send you an email or say, hey, you know, you've been shadow banned. What you're going to notice is that people, like, say for instance you have 500 friends and family that follow you, you'll notice that you won't see them liking your pictures anymore, because they won't actually be shown your pictures. What Instagram does is it does a shadow ban, and it actually bans your account from being shown on other people's accounts. And that's one thing that you don't want to do. So you don't want to do anything that seems scammy or spammy, but you know, you can test things out and utilize things that will put you to the next level. Now I'm going to tell you right now, the people, you know, celebrities and high profile people, they're not going through and liking a bunch of people's pictures. That's something that they have a person that does that, they have a team that does that, or they have a bot that does that. And so if you want to be at that level and you want to be a very social person, but you don't have the time, I mean, of course nobody can sit around and you know, like thousands of photos a day, even though we would like to. You can't really do that. It's not really feasible. You just want to make sure that you are doing what you think is best for your business. You know, there's so many social media sites that you can use. You have at your disposal. You can use Pinterest, you can have Reddit. You know, there's so many different social media sites that are out there for you to use. You just have to make sure that you try a couple different ones and utilize the ones that are working for you. There's going to be a lot of trial and error because, of course, the social media, you're dealing with other people and you may not necessarily be popular with other people. What I noticed was one of the things that I use is Reddit. I post all my videos on Reddit, and I always get like savage comments on my Reddit post, and it don't bother me because different, you know, people saying things about me don't bother me. I don't care, but some people may be sensitive to that, so Reddit may not be an avenue that you want to use if you are trying to promote yourself. And you know, don't be afraid to promote yourself. Do you, be you, stay true, just like Alisha Marie always say, and just be your authentic self, and it won't necessarily come across as you trying to be somebody that you're not, or you being like an annoying person that just you know, post a lot of stuff about yourself. You know, you're just trying to promote yourself, you're trying to promote your brand, and you're trying to be a better you, and that's okay. I hope you like these types of videos. If you like these types of videos, please like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Also hit that bell icon so you can get notifications whenever I release new videos. I'm going to try to be more consistent when posting my content in the future. I know I've been kind of lax on my videos, and that's because I got a lot of stuff going on in my personal life. And if I don't get right back to you, if you send me a message or if you send me a comment, I apologize. I'm trying to get through all the ones that I've had for the last 2 to 3 weeks, and I hadn't got to everybody. But I do appreciate you guys for watching and taking this ride with me. Thanks, guys.